I'm stupid. It's your boy Dancer Tru Inferno. Back at it with another Black Ops 2 commentary video. And yes, you are seeing it, ladies and gentlemen. The cover for my next beat album, the Kyoto Hour Volume 2 Continuity. Yes, the series continues this November, Veterans Day, 11/11, which is a Tuesday. And I can't wait. The beats are done for the album. I just gotta title them, put them for the final mastering process. And then I need to come out with 3 singles. The first one being in August, second one in September, the third one in October, and then of course the album comes out in November. One of those 3 singles could possibly be a music video. I haven't decided yet, so stay tuned for that. I may post more info about that either next week or sometime after. But yes, and unlike the first 3 singles from Kyoto Hour Volume 1, there will be no charge. The singles for Volume 2 will not be available for sale, for purchase rather. I would just simply play them on YouTube, and you listen to them, and that's it. The album will be $2 when it comes out, so make sure you pick this up. It is worth the $2. So yeah, Kyoto Hour Volume 2 Continuity, Veterans Day this year. Now, second thing I'm going to get off my list is a birthday shout out to my boy, Sabori30. His birthday was yesterday, July the 15th, and we was actually hanging out Saturday along with the rest of the crew for somebody else's birthday, and that was hype though. But once again, happy birthday to my boy Sabori30. Now, let's get into the continuation from last week's topic, which is hip-hop. What is hip-hop? My views on hip-hop. Last week, if you recall, I did a reaction video to Zizzy's 6 video, which was entitled WTF is Hip-Hop. So based in that video, I talked about some of the things I agreed and disagreed with when it comes to 6's video. So now I'm going to give you, the YouTube citizens, my perspective about what hip-hop is, how I feel about hip-hop and rap and so forth and whatnot. Now, let me read you something off of this long website. Check out this URL. The URL is globalawarenessthroughhiphopculture.com. I crap you not. That is the actual website. And in this site, they have a page called Defining Hip-Hop Culture. Let me read what this thing says, because this is true right here. What is hip-hop culture? Too many people are unclear as to what hip-hop culture really is and tend to use the term frivolously. Hip-hop culture is commonly recognized by its main elements: graffiti, DJing, breakdancing, MCing, and beatboxing. You can also grow in fashion now. However, these elements are simply forms of art designed to express a deeper meaning. Keep that part in mind. At its core, hip-hop is so much more than mere art and entertainment. Now here, this part is bolded. Hip-hop is the constantly evolving spirit and consciousness of urban youth that keeps recreating itself in a never-ending cycle. That part is important. More on that later. It is joy, sorrow, pleasure, pain, victory, defeat, anger, happiness, confusion, clarity, humor, intensity, dream, nightmare, life, death, and everything else in between. It is the spirit that connects the past to the present and lays a path towards the future. The spirit of hip-hop is the same as jazz, reggae, blues, doo-wop, bebop, and a multitude of other types of expressions, be it musical or otherwise, that African people throughout the, let me see if I can pronounce this word, diaspora, have given birth to and introduced to the world. That very spirit is what breathes life into a simple idea and transforms it into a living cultural movement. Hip-hop culture cannot be assimilated, integrated, diluted, watered down, sold for profit, or pimp. It will always exist in its incarnation or another. What the mainstream promotes as hip-hop is only a commercial product, misleading you into believing that it represents hip-hop in its totality. Everything I just read is true, 100% true. First of all, hip-hop is a culture, and like I said, that uses the elements, like the MCing, break dancing, beatboxing, all that crap, to express a deeper meaning. That's what the hip-hop culture is. And it often involves the urban youth. That's what the hip-hop culture is. Now, we're going to talk about the music part, the rapping within the hip-hop culture. Because when it comes to the music, there's 2 genres under the hip-hop culture. You got your rap, and you got the hip-hop music. And you got hip-hop. So, and The problem that I have with all of this is that part, that last sentence I read. What the mainstream promotes as hip hop is only a commercial product, misleading you into believing that it represents hip hop in its totality. Now, with that, let me reread some of the things that Can Kill Tit wrote, and I read this last week video, but I'm not gonna read all of it. But I'm gonna read some of it. Uh, Also, the radio needs to be more balanced. There is too much hype music where rappers either promoting violence or drugs, and that's fine, but I feel like it's giving this generation of people the wrong ideals about what hip hop and rap is. And then I'm gonna go towards the last part of his comment. And by the way, his comment was on Six's what WTF is hip hop, real hip hop video. Let's see. Here we go. They refunded to the radio. Only play the hype music. And because of that, that is what's selling. And that is what kids are growing up on and thinking is the real way to live, instead of getting their understanding that that is merely a character. They don't get a balance of exposure that needs to change. So by saying hype music, he's talking about the rap genre that I basically described it. So now let me back in the day, and I still believe this to be true. Like I said, rap is and keep in mind, let me go back to the global awareness site. Again, hip hop is where you express a deeper meaning. So if we look at where I classify rap genre, let me define that. Rap is basically music that only talks about a handful of topics: drugs, money, sex, possessions, you know, like jewelry and rides, things like that, bling blinging, and the streets, you know, or your past, how you was once in the streets or whatever, and of course the club. That's it. That's it. That's all it's talk about. Also, the lyricism isn't advanced. It's like, it's beginner level, and you know, it sounds primitive, even though they try to be cute and fancy with it, but overall it sounds primitive. That's to me what hip hop is. And also, there's no deeper meaning. You know, there's no deeper meaning in, hey yo, we up here in the club and we don't give a fuck, man, we up here in the club and we don't get. There's no deeper meaning in that. Obviously, that's a fictional song, but still, there are songs like that out there. There's no deep meaning in that. Therefore, I classify that as rap. Whereas with hip hop, the genre, it does tailor to more about the hip hop culture. There is deeper meaning. They do basically they'll, you know, basically write lyrics that is more about the things that I mentioned that rap do, you know, the drugs, money, sex, and all that crap. They can go political, they can go conscious, things of that nature. Now, of course, within rap and hip hop, you got your subgenres. So, like in rap, you got your West Coast, you got your crunk, you got your Southern, you got your East Coast, and so forth and whatnot. Hip hop, like I said, you got your conscious hip hop, your political hip hop, and so forth and whatnot. Now, let me get on to the motive, and then again, my problem is the media often tends to focus more on the rap side because apparently that's what's popular, that's what's hot, as my phone just went off, and things of that nature. And because of that, the media, and what I mean by media, I mean the radio, MTV, BET rather, and the general public tends to classify the rap side of the hip hop genre music as rap and hip hop, and it's like no. All that's the majority of the stuff you hear on the radio. There's no deep meaning in that. Now, at the same time, I'm not hating on rap. You know, I listen to rap. I make beats that is tailored to rap. So let's get something straight. But you know, the thing that grinds my gears is that people classify rap as the same as hip hop music, and that's not true. You know. So, and here's my belief on this. Back in the day, like if you were to listen to a song done by Young Jeezy or 50 Cent or you know, Rick Ross, you know, Master P and things of that nature, you can say, yeah, that's a rap song because of what they're talking about, you know, how the delivery sounds and how, you know, and the lyricism, how it sounds, you know, and things of that nature. And then you got your hip hop music, which is classified by Talib Kweli, Mos Def, Common, MF Doom, The Roots, and so forth and whatnot, where the lyricism are more advanced. They tend to go deep and talk about more things outside of the usual things that rap talk about, and you can hear it in the beats as well. And with rap music, the beat tends to carry the song, whereas in hip hop, it's the lyricism that carries the song as well. But at the same time, you have your in-between cats, guys like Jay-Z, Kanye West back in the day, Lil Wayne back in the day, Ludacris, Jadakiss, and then you can put Drake and maybe even Nicki Minaj in that list. And the in-between guys are cats whose lyricism are advanced, but yet they will either turn around and make songs suited for rap, or they would be recognized by the media because they that good, they're that popular, so forth and whatnot. I'm not saying hip-hop artists aren't good, that's far from the truth. But it's just that with hip-hop artists, they're not as popular, more mainstream than rappers. And that is the truth. Thus that quote by, Ken Killed T. Because rappers are more mainstream, where the hip-hop artists are not. But the problem is, again, they tend to view rappers as hip-hop artists. They tend to view rap songs as hip-hop songs. And that's not true. So it's like, you seen them commercials of the past when they talk about when you call something gay, you should know what you're really saying, and you need to stop that. It's like that. It's similar to that. So, however, speaking of the in-between cats, notice how I mentioned Drake and Nicki Minaj. That bold part of that paragraph I read, where hip-hop is constantly evolving and changing, I'm going to read to you another article real quick before this gameplay ends, from ebony.com, basically talking about how rappers tends to bleed in other music genres like R&B, pop music, rock, heavy metal, techno, trance, and all that stuff just to stay on the charts because rap sales are going down here, obviously, with everybody downloading albums and stuff. Nicki Minaj Starship is a good example of this, where even though she's, people would classify her as a hip-hop / rap song because she's a rapper, but if you listen to the song, it sounds like a pop record. So, now whether that's based off because of the fact that the sales are down and they try to stay right up in the charts, or because the music is changing, it's evolving, that's up to you. So, yeah, that's pretty much that. As you can see, the game is over finally, and we lost this one. But, it is what it is. Peace out, y'all. Hood West, that's the fucking problem. I get a lap dance, that's the fucking problem. I'm killing all these ballers, that's the fucking problem. I'm shooting up the cops, that's the fucking problem. I'm running niggas over, that's the fucking problem. I'm stealing mad cars, that's the fucking problem. Yo, I got a fucking problem because I'm playing a lot of GTA 5, so I gotta play that Pokemon. Hold up, parents simmer down. Bitching about the game, yeah, y'all putting money down. Hypocrite asses, cause your kids got it. Now you see a bunch of bitch acting like she's bought it. What? Meanwhile, be like me, killing these games now, true, on the street.